Okay. Thank you for your time. I just want to first off just say thank you very, very much for your time. I appreciate all of you and all of your support in any which way, shape, or form that you show it. And I can't say enough how much I really appreciate all of you. You guys are awesome, and just thank you for your time and thank you for your support. What we're going to do here is pick up where we left off just a short moment ago, where I just simply wasn't thinking. I just made a mental error and it cost us the game. I didn't have to, but we got unlucky and it did. I didn't heal before we jumped over the waterfall at the Barren Falls. And we had 200 and some hit points. Each of the characters did. But Rizopaz used El Nino, and that wiped us out. It's been a long time since I've seen El Nino. Odds are El Nino will not show up. It usually doesn't. But obviously, you know, because of my ineptitude and my failure to be diligent about what I was doing, well, when that happens, then you open yourself up for failure, for, you know, things like that, for game over. They say that luck is the intersection of hard work and opportunity, and I guess I would say that bad luck is the intersection of what would be a good way to put this? Incompetence and unpreparedness? I don't know. Unpreparedness, not being prepared when you should have been. And misfortune, I guess, which is the same thing as saying bad luck, I guess. But if something doesn't go your way, but you were prepared for the worst case scenario, then, you know, you're probably going to be okay. You know, you're probably going to make it. I really, really want to go for the quick kill here, but I don't like my ATB gauge situation, so I'm not going to do that. I'll just let it roll. There's no need to risk that at this point. You can quick kill him in 1 round. If you get tech missile, fire beam, tech missile in 1 round, you'll win before it goes into his shell. But in order for that to be a highly likely scenario, I guess I would say yeah, crap. I kind of hurt my cat's feelings, I think. He was sitting somewhere. I needed to sit there, so I kind of like sat down. I think I scrunched his foot a little bit, and he was like, "Hey, why are you sitting on my foot?" So I was like, "Well, sorry, bro, you gotta move." So, what was it, 1:30? 6:30, I think? That's the time we're going for there. I'm probably not going to get it. I was on a really good pace there. Oh, see, already screwing up. Already. But stuff like this, you know, one random encounter, those random encounters can seriously... Oh, and again, with the garbage now, because I didn't use fire, so now we're taking an extra command. The random encounters, one random encounter isn't a huge deal if you screw it up, because, you know, you can get lucky or unlucky based on how many random encounters that you face. So, you know, we're behind right now, sure. You know, it would be nice to be able to have splits. I guess I don't know how to do that stuff, but it would be nice to have that stuff on the screen. It would be really nice. Dang it, and then again, you know, so when you're on a really good pace like I was last time, you know, then you're just going to shit the bed like I am this time. So we're like way behind probably where we were. Not way behind, but, you know, a number of seconds, you know, behind where we would have been. I should look into trying figuring out how to get splits for this game or how to create them. That would be nice for me. I would like that. because well, anyway, a lot of your time is going to go plus or minus based solely on, you know, how many random encounters you face. Even if you execute the perfect plan on every single random encounter, you could have wildly different numbers because of having more or fewer random encounters. Like the last run that we did, we had only one encounter with a Tusker. Like, so when you're in Mount Colts, you can... The Tusker, I think that's his name. He's a, looks like a woolly mammoth kind of creature. He comes, one of the formations that he'll show up in is like him and like some birds and a Terillium, and that's one of the formations. It's like a 5-monster formation. That formation we encountered only one time. And that worked hugely in our favor because after the one time that we encountered it, we didn't have any more magic that I was willing to spend. I wanted to save it for an upcoming battle. So we weren't. If we had run into that formation again, we would have had to go an extra round of attack to kill that monster. We wouldn't have been able to kill it in one round. I don't think, anyway. So, because of that, we were able to get through all of Mount Colts with only one round per battle. I don't think any battle went past more than one round. So that's pretty solid. Oh, no, 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 no. Again, just killing ourselves with bullshit. Getting the Mithril Shield, that's a pretty good item. Like, I think the soonest you can buy that thing is probably Jadur. So, for this battle, I go directly after the Marshal, and then we come back for the Lobos afterward, mainly because the Marshal hits hard and the Lobos don't. So, plus the Marshal has the ability to put slow. I think it's called net, but basically it's either slow or stop. It might even be stop. But either way, it's a move that will make the battle potentially take longer. So we just want to get that Marshal gone as fast as we can, and then we move on to the Lobos. Either way, it shouldn't be too much of a challenge to take that fight out. So we're not going to go into the schoolhouse here and grab anything. I'm pretty sure there's a tincture in there. I know there's a... It's not been resolved yet, so we'll have to... well, what the hell is this now? It's not even letting me... It's not even letting me... Oh, you piece of shit. I think I need a new keyboard, honestly. Maybe that's what it is. It could be the keyboard, I guess. So every now and again, my controller will have like this just very, 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 millisecond disconnect and reconnect. And when that happens, then it won't interact with the game anymore. And I have to do something to make it, let me talk to the game again. So obviously that kills time, right? I mean, like, just because I'm just sitting there doing nothing while time passes. So, that's just a... And I've noticed that sometimes, and I don't understand it. I don't know what the hell's going on. I've changed the batteries in it. My keyboard is a wireless keyboard. And it's sitting right in front of the computer, so it's not like it's got this big long range to deal with. But sometimes, I'll be sitting there doing stuff, mainly with the mouse or something for a while. And then, I will go to start typing something in, like I want to search for something, or just, put information, and nothing comes up. Nothing comes up at all. And I'm like, well, what the hell's going on here now? And eventually I'll type in, like, where was Norm Macdonald's last show at? And it'll come up as McDonald's last show. Like, it didn't take what I had typed in for the first part of what I was typing, and then when so I don't know if it's the computer that's not recognizing the keyboard, or if it's the keyboard that's not transmitting the data. I don't know about that. I really don't know. I just thought I was, had low batteries or something, But the batteries in that shit last for like a year, dude. It uses like almost no energy to transmit that stuff with that keyboard. So I changed the batteries, and it seemed like maybe it had solved the problem for a little while, but then it started happening again. So I don't know, like, maybe I just need a new keyboard. I don't know what the hell's going on. But then this controller thing, it's like, dude. So not only did I kind of think maybe it is maybe it is just the keyboard that's disconnecting and reconnecting, and then that causes the whole computer to, like, do a disconnect and reconnect with shit, right? So I don't know, but I don't know what the hell's going on, man. I don't know what the hell's going on. I have no idea. I thought maybe it was Norton, but I went and changed a couple settings on Norton, and I thought maybe, because it hadn't happened for like, a couple hours, or like an hour and a half, I guess the stream was going, and I had not encountered that issue. And then just now I did. So it went about 2 hours, close to 2 hours, and then there's that disconnect reconnect. And it's not a battery thing on my controller. I know it's not that, because I checked the battery levels, and they're like almost completely full. So that's not what it was. And I don't know what is causing it, but it pisses me off is what it does. It pisses me off real good. Real good. It was getting to the point where, like sometimes I couldn't even reconnect it at all. So I changed a few things around, and I did resolve that end of things, but I hate technology that doesn't. Technology is one of those things that when it does what it's supposed to do, it's great. But if it starts to not do what it's supposed to do, then it's infuriating. And for me, like I've learned a long time ago that if you want something done right, do it yourself. That's been my experience. But I have, very particular standards for the way I want specific tasks completed, right? And so that's just something I've come to terms with, But now it's technology. So it's not some incompetent boob that I'm, dealing with. It's technology that now is... I mean, I can't do it myself, right? I can't build... I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's a wireless keyboard, then... I don't know. I don't know. It's something that, while the keyboard thing, disconnecting, or I don't know if it's disconnecting, I don't know. It's just not registering my keystrokes sometimes. Like it times out maybe. It very well could be some dog shit engineer at Microsoft who put some bullshit in some update that disconnects items or hardware from your computer when your computer has like sat for a while or something like that, to conserve energy, for the green, for the betterment of the world, of the green world, right? That bullshit. It's like, dude, give me a break, bro. I'm not that guy that's like, yeah, let's just go dump all of our waste in the ocean. No, dude. Don't, like, if you change your oil in your vehicle, don't take that waste and go dump it in the local storm sewer. Don't do that shit, right? That's just stupid. That's something morons do. Literally, morons. And even if they're not like completely lacking of cognitive function, they're still behaving like a moron if they're dumping their used motor oil down a storm sewer drain. Anyway, you're supposed to be good stewards of the land, right? Even Scripture says that. Be good stewards of the land, okay? So this predates government, the United States government, by thousands of years, okay? You're supposed to be a good steward of the land, right? You're not supposed to do things that are harmful just because you're greedy or something, right? But with that in mind, I do not believe that humanity can compete with nature. I think that we have a group of people in the world that think very highly of themselves, and are very narrow-minded, very small-minded people who think that they're absolutely brilliant. I mean, if you look at the history of our Earth, the things that we can document, right? We know that there used to be dinosaurs, and that dinosaurs lived in a very swampy-like environment, right? The Earth was warmer, and there was a lot more humidity than there is now. So obviously climate has changed since then. Not only that, but after the dinosaurs, there was a ice age. There was a flood. There were all these different changes to the climate over the history of the Earth, right? So there used to be glaciers over most of North America. There used to be a humongous intercontinental lake that covered most of the land in North America, okay? So, yes, the climate has always been changing, okay? Always. It's been changing throughout the whole history of the planet, and it will continue to change throughout the whole history of the planet. Now, with that in mind, there are some people who think that they're very, very bright and that they know better than everybody else. And they're like, well, people are changing the climate now, and we need to stop it. Well, slow your roll, bro. We can't compete with nature itself, you know? If it's just the balls that these people have to think that we can have any meaningful impact outside of nuclear fallout is just like beyond me, you know? If one asteroid or meteorite too big hits the planet, then we're going to have another ice age. If one volcano eruption happens that's too big, we could easily have another ice age. If we have multiple smaller volcanoes erupt in a relatively close proximity to one another, we could easily have a mini ice age. So there are so many things way beyond the control of anything that humanity can do that would be beyond calculation as far as the amount of change that these things could create as it pertains to climate, okay? It's incalculable. As far as what humanity could realistically do outside of like a nuclear winter or something like that, I mean, I do believe we have the capacity with nuclear bombs to do catastrophic damage to the ecosystem of the planet, right? We could, you know, flood the whole world with massive amounts of radiation, right? That would be really, really bad. But outside of that kind of a situation, there's almost nothing that we can literally do. You know, I'm 100% serious about this. Like, even if you were to, you know, take all of our carbon emissions, what they talk about, right? And calculate out, well, what could happen? So, what happens? What happens? I'll tell you. Worst case scenario, the oceans rise a little bit, right? Enough where coastal buildings need to be rebuilt somewhere else. Now, you look at the history of this Earth, and you look at where the oceans reside right now, or like, you know, the shore, right? The shore of an ocean, right? You pick any spot in the world where the shoreline is today, and then compare it to where the shoreline was 1,000 years ago, and then where the shoreline was 2,000 years ago, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, right? It's going to be different. It's going to be different every 1,000 years. The shoreline is going to be different. It's going to be different whether human beings are here or human beings are not here. The shoreline is going to change. The climate is going to change. So the idea that there is climate change is, yeah, duh. It's always changing. It has always changed. It will continue to always change. But the idea that human beings could have any really, really, truly meaningful impact is ludicrous. Like, dude, like, seriously, slow your roll, dude. Like, even if we made any kind of meaningful impact, which I sincerely have, I have no confidence in that, honestly. None. The impact that we could have outside of nuclear type of devastation is so inconsequential to anything else that nature itself could do on its own. I mean, it's like, I can't even think of a good example, you know? It's like this. If you go down to the ocean and take a piss in it, well, you did change the ocean. You added something to it, right? Maybe 12 ounces of your urine is now in the ocean. You've changed it. You've changed it forever. That urine is now in the ocean. Okay? Well, what's it going to do to the ocean? Not shit. That's what it's going to do. The ocean is huge. It doesn't care about your 12 ounces of piss. And I would say the same thing about what we as human beings can meaningfully do to the earth. I mean, the earth is designed to clean itself, you know? That's how it functions. It cleans itself. So if we are careless and we allow massive amounts of plastic to get into the ocean, what does it do? What happens? The ocean takes, over time, and pulls all of that plastic into one location. Isn't that strange to anybody but me? That the ocean on its own has taken all of this polluted floating plastic and somehow managed to just put it in a huge blob in the middle of the Pacific somewhere, right? It's already filtering itself, right? It's putting all this stuff, all this waste and refuse. Wow, we got a bandana. That's a good draw there. And pooling it into itself. And you know what? On top of that, it's creating its own ecosystem where you have microbes that are feeding on the plastic, that are creating byproducts on their own from all of that, which then attracts other creatures, which attracts other creatures, which attracts other creatures. You've got plants that are growing within that ecosystem. It's just another way that the world is designed to fix itself, repair itself, clean itself. And if left to its own self, that plastic, I bet, would find itself completely dissolved and gone in a much shorter period of time than the so-called experts and scientists claim. Because there are going to be microbes, there are going to be other organisms that are going to somehow, magically, as they would put it, just find themselves working on destroying that blob, right? Creating its own little ecosystem with plants and microbes and other, you take any small, whether it's a plant or a microorganism or whatever it is, and you put enough of them together, then you create a food chain within that little, boy oh boy. If Tara gets hit, she's going to be dead. Within that, that ecosystem. Come on. There we go. We should be... Alright, okay, good. We got lucky. If Tara had gone down there. Anyway, what I'm saying is the planet repairs itself. The planet cleans itself. The planet fixes itself. It's designed to do that. It's just the way it was designed. Wow, 2 bandanas? We are in a weird RNG right here. I mean, it's good, but it's weird. And I don't have any more magic, so that kind of sucks. I try to keep it 5 points of magic, but I lost track of what I was doing there. We'll see if 2 attacks on the Tusker. No, it doesn't. Wow, and the Cerberus survived that even. Oh, I didn't equip the Atlas armlet on him, that's why. Wow, okay. That's my bad. Edgar is in danger. Ooh. Come on, Edgar, go. There we go. Anyway, bottom line, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's just the audacity of people to think that, barring a nuclear catastrophe, that we could make any meaningful change is preposterous. And even within the nuclear, you look at Chernobyl and all the damage that was done there. Like, what was that, like 30 years ago? Maybe less. I don't remember exactly what year it was. Sometime in the 1980s. And there's abundant plant life there. There's abundant wildlife there. It's not like it's this. Oof. It's not like it's just this like wasteland of nothingness. It's probably not good for the animals. Wow, we only have one antidote? That's kind of surprising to me that we only have one antidote. Okay, I'm gonna risk the... no, I'm not. Oh, I should have put lock in the front row. It was in the 1970s, not that long ago, that the scientists were warning everyone that there was a coming ice age. And we needed to change what we were doing to prevent the ice age. I'm not even kidding you. If you're a younger person, you won't probably even believe me. Because you'll be like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But it's the truth. That was the... You can find it on, I think, Time magazine. I don't remember which. It was one of the major publications, right? A highly respected publication of its time. And basically, I think one of the covers of that magazine was talking about the coming ice age, and that was the biggest threat to humanity. And then you fast forward 40 years or 30 years. I think they started talking about this crap in the 1990s. The whole global warming. They called it global warming to start, and then everybody's like, well, obviously, and then they started calling it climate change, and then they call it man-made climate change. They're just repackaging the same group of lies, primarily to usurp the power of government, is really the bottom line. And specifically to cripple American industry and weaken America as a nation. That's the end game there. Because you don't see the other countries around the world, like the ones that do the most polluting, for example. China, India. You don't see them doing anything. You see the United States, which has a very, very, very low pollution compared to the other countries in the world, willfully crippling its own industries in the name of virtue signaling. At least that's what appears like on the outside, but I believe it's far more devious and far more sinister. I watched a speech. I don't want to say the man's name because, well, I will. It was Ronald Reagan. I watched a speech that Ronald Reagan gave in 1960, mid to late 1960s, which was well before he ever ran for president, right? I don't know what it was for. It sounded like the kind of thing a guy would, like the kind of speech he would, a person would give if he was like, preparing to run for president or something like that. It was about an hour, 45 minutes or an hour. We're going to get that because it's only like 4 steps out of the way. But I was just blown away because what he was talking about, in large part, were the same things that politicians are talking about today. It was like, I didn't realize it went that far back. I knew that in the 1970s. So that's why I unequipped Locke right there, because I'm not going to use any like healing thing on him, and I wanted him to have no equipment when we part ways up here. So if he gets knocked out, it's fine because I took his equipment off already. But it's absolutely crazy. The talking points that he had, and this was, dude, this was in the mid to late 1960s, dude. This was a long time ago. This was quite a long time ago. The mid to late 1960s, dude. That's a long time ago. That's black and white TVs. Actually, the film, the footage of the speech was in black and white. That's a long time ago. And the talking points, it was crazy, dude, how similar. I mean, in large part, he was warning of what's going on now, but the same problems were going on then, which were that, hey, how's it going, dude? I didn't see you joined. How you doing? Were you having a good time with that Fortnite earlier? Anyway, it was crazy, dude. The same problems that are facing our country today, right? So, the checklist was something like, schools. So, for example, actually, it was mainly an assault on the people, on the people's rights, on the people's freedoms, and a major power grab by the federal government and federal bureaucracies, which has only gotten worse by like, I can't even. It's just been. What's the word I'm looking for? Damn it, I can't think of the word. Why can't I think of the word? When something increases exponentially is what was going on. So the federal bureaucracies and the federal government and the federal arm has increased exponentially since the 1960s. I mean, you wouldn't even believe it, dude. Like, it's absolutely crazy. But basically, that's what it boiled down to. The overreach of the federal government. And how it was strangling America's people, all in the guide, or all under the guise of helping us, right? I mean, that's the way they always package it. give us more of your freedom, give us more of your money, and we'll take care of you. I mean, that's basically what they've been doing. And I knew, well, one thing, we hadn't lost the silver in our coins yet. That was one thing that he made a point of saying, that we were going to be losing that. That was something that the government was, where they were taking all precious metal out of coins. I don't remember when the gold standard ended. That I don't recall. I don't remember. But why don't we have a... Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, come on. I also read something from Axios today that was talking about something called Schedule F, that I don't think I'd ever heard about before, but it was a very, very interesting read. It pertains to what authority the executive branch has over choosing its own people to run the government, basically. For something like 100 years now, there's been a system in place that allowed for long-term, let's just call it lifetime, federal employees. That's still in place now. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want that. No, I don't need to know that. Damn it. Get out. Get out. No, I don't care. I know. But Schedule F was something that was put together to try and make it so that each administration would have the authority to flush the toilet, as it were, and then reassign people that they wanted to be, in charge of running various parts of the federal government. And for me, I was like, man, I think part of that is a really good idea, in the sense that the executive branch ought to be able to pick who they want, regardless, of what your personal opinions are on, what you think is the best way to run the country. They ought to be able to choose who they want, working, within the framework of their term of power, right? But at the same time, I don't know. I guess the way it was put originally was to have, lifelong people in different parts in government would allow these people to gain lots of experience, and they would get better and better and better at doing, the jobs that they do, right? And that's reasonable to think that. But at the same time, if you have a lot of people doing a really bad job for a long time, that's not good. But at the same time, if you got one bad regime in there and they just turned everything on its head, and they were allowed to really get rid of everything, and, I don't know, there's only so much that they can do. I mean, there's still the legislative branch, there's still the judicial branch. So, it's not like they would be able to do anything to change the powers of Congress or to change the power of the courts. That's beyond the executive branch. Well, kind of. I mean, they get to appoint judges, but it takes time for any of that stuff to really... They don't get to fire judges, let's put it that way. They just get to replace them as they retire, right? Or if more are needed, then they get to appoint them. So there would be, there would be a limit to their power. But what they would be able to do is to flush the toilet. So, so you wouldn't, let's say that, Party A had certain agendas and they were in power, and then Party B came into that power and their agendas were different than Party A, but you had a bunch of people that were still working that still were of the mind of Party A, but they were still had their jobs even though Party B had taken over. Party A could kind of sabotage the attempts of Party B to get anything meaningful done. And vice versa, right? So it would not necessarily... I don't know. I like the idea of flushing the whole thing down the toilet every 4 years and, letting the new group come in and do the best job that they can. I think that's what the Founding Fathers had in mind. I don't think they had this idea of this gigantic federal bureaucracy, So, a prostitute, obviously, that would be like Durr. But beyond someone who is a prostitute, I think you kind of know one when you see one, you know? It's the kind of girl that you that has only one good purpose that she serves. You know? So we're going to go ahead and grab this one because it's like 3 steps out of the way. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do the Sabin again. could I just not get... sorry I haven't been doing that good. I've been trying to play this game and text my sister at the same time. It's weird for my sister to reach out to me. I don't know why she's decided that she wants to have a conversation with me. But whatever. I'll give my time to her. At least at this point in our lives, you know. 10 years ago, I probably would have told her to go pound sand, but she's in a better spot than she was 10 years ago. But all things considered, I mean, the time isn't great here. No, wrong one. My last attempt at this, I'm probably going to be like 4 minutes behind where I was last time. But that's alright. I've been kind of slacking here. So, you know, 10 seconds here, 15 seconds there. You know, it adds up. When you're talking about, like, hours and stuff like that, right? I mean, we're about an hour and 40 minutes into this, and I died at 1 hour and 36 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, actually, it was more than that, but my timer was about 4 minutes fast. My stream was about 4 minutes faster than my actual time last time, but I think my stream is only like 30 seconds fast. So, one antidote. Alright. Score. What? Who else? Well, he's gonna be gone anyway. I guess I better take his gear off. Yeah, that evil toot. He must have been eating at Taco Bell. I really wish I knew. I wonder. Oh, you have to. Well, that works, I guess. It takes more time, but it works. So we're gonna be like, yeah, about 4 minutes, 5 minutes slower. But that's not surprising because I've been kind of trying to multitask here. So if we're at 44:30 versus 136, well, actually that's more than 4 minutes. That's 7 minutes. But I was on a good pace last time. I was on a really good pace last time. Interesting. So if we run into El Nino here, we could die. That's interesting. So the best I can do is hope that Saban would survive. He's got the green beret and the white cape. It's interesting though. My heart just is not in this run right now. I'm trying to read texts and respond to texts and make texts while I'm trying to play this game fast and risky, and it's just not. You also see I just kind of want to get to... I guess... I guess I don't know what a good spot to get to would be. Probably, I suppose, after the battle against Kefka and Narshi would be a good spot. Because so far I haven't gone out of my way to get a lot of chests that normally I would, you know? I didn't change my gear before I jumped in here. That was stupid. Again, I've been trying to send texts and read texts and all that shit. I should pick one or the other. No, I mean Adam, like Adam from the Bible. There is a dangerous monster here, that aspic there. That guy can wipe out a single player. I don't know if he has a multi-target attack or not, but he definitely can kill one of us. That would have been a nice rage to have been able to learn. Like if we could have learned that on the... I didn't grab the X potion. Probably I should have, honestly. But really, you know how many... I probably won't even ever use an X potion this whole game. The place that I would most likely use an X potion, I could simply just use a... This is another dangerous one. He's got a water attack that can attack all people. That can maybe wipe out our party because we aren't healed up. But, I could just use an elixir in that same spot because odds are I'd be using it on a mage at the end of the game. So, like... I will go down here and grab this, I have to stand on that, never mind. How many steps is it to get the green beret then? Yeah, okay. So I will get this green beret. It's worth at minimum 1500 GP, and maximum I gotta give somebody hit points in the meantime. So at least we got here without anybody being knocked out. Shit, why not? Let's just do it. that. I really do. I don't have any understanding as to what would cause that, though. Oh, I haven't got the running shoes yet, that's right. So I can't even get a real good read on like that because I wasn't going as fast as I could have been. So I won't know, if this actually was faster or not because I was not paying attention to what I was doing as well as I should have been. I'll probably still be faster than where I was last night, though. I don't remember what the time was. This is our first elixir that we'll grab. One of a few. Honestly, when I did my last run, like I kind of did a dry run, I guess you could call it, and now I'm just doing practice runs. Well, what I really wanted to do was give myself, well, I'm going to need a larger sample size as the bottom line. So I don't know if I saved any time doing this now, or if it would have been better to get them earlier. I don't really know, because I didn't do a very good job this time of going as fast as I could, because like I said, I've been texting with my sister. I don't know why the hell she's texting me. We got a family picture coming up sometime in the next coming weeks or a month or something. I don't know when. I think it's sometime later this month, honestly. I think it is the end of August sometime. So probably coming up here in a week or two. And she was telling me, well, we had like this family text thing, and my brother who set this thing all up was like asking everybody to basically illustrate what they were going to wear for the family picture. And I was like, well, I'm just going to wear, like, you know, slacks and a dress shirt, maybe a tie, maybe not, maybe a vest, maybe not, maybe a dress or a sports jacket, maybe not. I guess just depends, you know. If it's hot, I'm not going to wear a freaking sports jacket. I hate wearing ties, but I might wear one. I don't know, we'll see. Probably look better if I wear a tie. But, then my sister's telling me, oh, well, why don't you just wear, like, khakis and a polo? And I'm like, dude, like, you know, I'm not married anymore. I don't need some woman telling me what I have to wear, okay? So, whatever. My ex-wife was cool, though. She wasn't like that. I mean, she got sour and salty towards the end, but I don't know. It's too bad it had to... It's too bad that she gave up before things could turn around. We had a really, really good and healthy relationship, and then we just hit a rough patch, and she just gave up and thought she'd be happier by herself. And that's too bad, because I think she's probably wrong. But I don't know, because we don't talk anymore. But either way, I don't remember her ever... Well, I mean, like, for the wedding, I was like, whatever, I don't care what, you know. She, like, picked the colors of our shit and everything. I didn't care. What the hell do I care? I don't care at all. Like, why would I care? You know? That's her. That's the woman's shit there, man. Like, if you're the dude and you are the one that cares about like what colors and clothes, and you're organizing all the stuff for the wedding, yeah, I don't know what to say about that, but that's not normal. Like, you know, it's her day. It's her thing. It's not the guy's thing. I mean, it's I mean, I had a life goal to get married once and never get divorced, right? That was a life goal of mine. That was an important thing in my life. But like, as far as the details of it all, I mean, I didn't really care. You know, whatever makes her happy, right? When it comes to that kind of stuff, that's the approach I think that should be taken. Because that stuff doesn't matter, man. Leave your Alamos for the stuff that matters, you know. What colors you guys have for your weddings, that shit does not matter, you know. That does not matter. Who cares? And if you do care, then I think there are gonna be problems in that marriage, man. It's just the way I see it. But what do I know? I'm not married anymore. But the problems we had were communication problems. You know, I've had, I don't know, 5 years now, I think. I think it's been 5 years. Yeah, it's almost 5 years since we separated. So I've had time to think it over, and it was just communication. She didn't know how to communicate with me, and I thought I was communicating with her because, you know, I just said what I thought, right? I wasn't like using any kind of code words or anything. I just said what I thought, which I kind of think that's what you're supposed to do. But she didn't know how to explain to me what it was that she was trying to explain, I guess. I just didn't understand. And it's just the way it is. I don't really feel any well, I don't feel pain anymore, so that's good. I don't know if regret would be a word I would use. I guess, I don't know what's best, you know? I really don't know what's best. I guess I would like to be able to sit down and talk and try to make sense of what happened and find out, you know, where are you in your life? Where am I in my life? You know? And all that stuff. But I don't know what would be best, you know? If there would be any kind of hostility remaining, then I'd rather just let it be where it is. I just don't want that. Alright, so you have... Let's give you your guardian. And let's give you... running shoes. And... actually, let's give you... Genji glove running shoes. Guardian. Air Lancet. And let's give you white cape. No, let's give you running shoes. Let's give you hyper wrist Genji glove. And let's give you white cape. Running shoes. And let's equip you optimum. And should have changed my order of my items, but that's okay. Ooh, boy, elixir. I should probably save it here. And then, I could make a new game and make another save and a new game and another save, and that way I'd have 3 save files to work with, and I could do some time testing that would be good. I could compare things. And I could do this at a time when I was really focused, like I was when I first did the first. But there's that stupid controller disconnect thing that I really don't know what's causing that. And it's intermittent. There's no rhyme or reason that I can tell. Whoa, Locus, you're still thinking about that? Emergency, the Empire cometh. Lord Kefka. Exterminate everyone! Idiots. Idiots! Read my lips. Dispose of anyone who opposes us. March! That's not a very good Kefka voice. We moved it into the hills. Locke has a complicated past. I'm a soldier, not some love-starved twit. Cold as ice. So that dialogue will advance without you pressing the A button. But then this one doesn't? Huh. What's that supposed to mean? So, I think Celis is a bit of a tramp. I never really noticed that before, but her dialogue would indicate that she is a tramp. Atlas, Hyper. Okay, so we got Locke, we got Celis, we got Edgar, and we got Sabin. And we will give Sabin earrings. And we will give him Optimum. And we will make a save. Now, I don't know what the hell happened last night. I was busy doing stuff when I was looking at the tape, so I didn't really actually find anything out. But now, this should work with no problems. I think I can shave 10 minutes off this time, no problem. Wow, just really took Locke out. But we got our steel, so that's good. Pressed the wrong button on him. Yeah, that went pretty quick. Alright, I think that'll do this for now. This is gonna be my spot. And we'll go from there. Thank you for your time. I appreciate all of you. And I'll see you next time. Again, thank you for your time. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate every single one of you and all the way you support me in any which way, shape, or form that you show me support. God bless, and I will see you next time.